She goes for the fast. Up. Welcome to 14 Minutes of Fame. I'm James Bradford.
And I'm Caroline Ritchie.
And today we're going to be talking about whether or not we actually bought a stolen car.
Well, you stole the car, not me.
I didn't steal anything. I paid for it. Did
you? No, I'm just kidding.
You were with me. I paid for a car that might have been stolen at the time, and it has been probably one of the most interesting last 2 days I've ever had to deal with in any kind of car situation, purchase, build, anything like that. This has just been the oddest last couple 2 days.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I've dealt with it kind of secondhand. You've had all the firsthand junk of it all, because everybody thinks it's you who bought the car. I'm kind of on the side of it all, so it's been really entertaining to watch it all go down.
Well, this all started with the demise of the Wixter, which is our 1970 Mustang that got crushed by the tree limb.
R.I.P.
And we started looking. Well, actually, I started looking right away for a replacement car because we were really getting ready to maybe start that car, and I wanted to find something that would be easy to get into and be easy to build. And on Facebook, this 1971 Camaro came up, and I was like, "Oh, we should go look at that." And the guy had lowered the price from what his original asking price, so I knew it was probably he was ready to move it, and we could get it for a good deal. And so we loaded up and went over and took a look at it. I was very on the fence about buying another car because it was like, hey, we shouldn't do it. And
yeah, we've talked about the purchase process a good bit in our last podcast. But, I mean, like I said before, too, I was not expecting to like this car as much as I did. And then we brought it back here. We had so much crap we had to go through to bring it all back here because there were tons of parts car. You know the drill. So we're driving. We moved it in 2 days. Yeah, we had to go back 2 days, grab everything, make sure we had everything. It was a pain in the neck. So then, it's been what, 2-3 weeks?
It's been almost 4 weeks.
We bought it in the beginning of August, yeah.
So basically, got a message from Rodney to call him, and he gave me his number. And we had not exchanged phone numbers, which I'm not sure why. We just really used Messenger to get back and forth to each other. And he's a very cool guy. I want to stay in touch with him. But I called him, and he immediately filled me in on somebody has gotten in touch with him from North Carolina, and they are saying that from the pictures that they see and have seen on Facebook, that they think that this is their stolen car from 8 years ago. Now, I'm, of course, as soon as I take the phone call, my whole balloon starts deflating.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh.
We spent a lot of time sitting down, eating lunch, or hanging out at the shop, staring at this car, making plans on what we want to do, talking about what we want to do. We were really getting hyped up about this. And I think it was lunchtime or sometime when you got this phone call, and I heard you, you're like, well, I want my money back. I just heard, you talking in this conversation in little bits, and I was just like, what the hell is going on? So you get off the phone, you tell me this is possibly a stolen car because somebody in North Carolina apparently had their car stolen 8 years ago. We heard this from Rodney. Rodney is the gentleman we bought the two cars from originally. Very nice gentleman. And the whole thing seemed really weird at first, but we went with it because if it was someone's stolen car, we wanted to make sure we could return it to them because we didn't have an official title for this car. And, there were little parts and pieces of this car. It very well could have been initially, but after doing all the research and stuff, we've come to the point where, we've learned a lot more about this car.
Oh, we dove right into it.
Yeah.
Immediately we dove right into investigating the VIN number and the number on the firewall and trying to find all the other, if there were any other identification numbers on the body of the car. taking the airbox off the firewall revealed the firewall number. Now, once I saw this number, I'm thinking, oh man, there is no way this number is going to match up with the VIN tag that we have. And it did.
It conveniently did, yeah.
And I was excited then because I was like, oh, well,
this is our car.
This is cool. These numbers match. Now all I need to do is find out from these people that have contacted us what their VIN number is. And if their VIN number does not match up, then it's not their car. They contact us, tell us that their car was a 1972. We were sold in 1971, and we didn't know if it was a 71 or not until
It very well could have been a 72. So how cars are made is they're made in obviously a certain month of each year. But say, a car is made in November, December of 71. It is considered a 72. But if it's made earlier in that year, it's considered a true 71. Like our car, for example. There's a cowl tag, which is basically under the, it's on the cowl. Right under the hood, on the driver's side. You can't miss it. It's a factory tag from Fisher Body. Has nothing to do with the VIN, has zero association whatsoever, but it gives you all the information on color codes, interior, stuff like that. So we immediately dove into not only going on that, but of course the VIN, and we found that it is a true 1971 because it was made in 02, which is February of 1971.
And then the color also was an issue. They have a metallic green color from 1972. Our color on the car is a
green as well.
Cottonwood, or is it cottonwood green?
It's cottonwood green. It's number 42 on the cowl tag. Yeah. And see, so to kind of give a little bit more explanation on everything, Rodney wasn't like, oh, it's a stolen car, it's got to be theirs. No, he gave them some information about the car because I'm sure he did his homework as well on the cowl tag and knows it's a green on green car. Green on green car is green exterior, green interior. So all the interior seats and everything were green, obviously. So he told them this and they said, oh, well, our car was green on green. So that's when we were like, oh, crap. Like this, there could be a chance this could be their car because the coincidence was very weird.
Being car people, I want them to have their car. I'm sad that they got their car stolen. That really stinks. And if this was their car, I might have even drove it back up to North Carolina and gave it to them if their VIN tag or if their VIN number on their title matched it. But the fact is, this is when it started getting weird. As we started sharing all of our information with the people and letting them know that, no, this is not matching up. This is not your car. Do you have a police report with a
number?
Like a what do they call it?
Case number.
Case number. Because when I contacted the sheriff's office to verify the VIN number on this, make sure it's not a stolen car, which they did, they found out a lot of information for us. And when they did that, and found it wasn't a stolen car, and I started telling them that we'd have the sheriffs involved. They've checked it out. They started saying to us started asking questions about the body work and that kind of stuff.
This is where it started to get really freaking ridiculous.
Yes. And the gentleman asked me for a bunch of pictures, and understand that I don't know these people from anything. They're just phone conversation at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you pictures.
Mind you, we had no information from these people, other than the fact that their car was a 72 and was green on green. Right. We didn't get any pictures. We didn't get a case number on this report that was never made. We never got a VIN. We never got anything. So this is when we were starting to realize something's not right, and this is most likely not their car. But we went along with it just to, cover all our bases, to really figure out what's going on. They were convinced that somebody changed all the numbers, and we verified that all these numbers are still good. Nothing has been changed on this car.
Yeah. So I asked, the gentleman asked me, this is all via text, which, by the way, I had one phone conversation with him, which started getting really
Heated.
So I said, okay, I'm going to be text messaging. So I have this all documented. And the text message, he continually asked me for inside the driver's side quarter panel of the car. I took a picture. I sent it to him. He's like, no, I want the quarter panel, the inside of the quarter panel. I said, that is it. He said, no, that's from another car. And I started really getting upset with him because I'm like, hey, buddy, you're out of line here. I'm giving you the right picture. Then he wants a video, after all the pictures I sent him. Now, after I sent all these pictures, he started giving me details of the pictures of the work that he had did. Now, it's not like he said, I did this and I did this to the car and did this. Can you take a picture of it? He asked for a picture of this and a picture of the firewall and a picture of the quarter panel and all that stuff. And then he started giving me details about these things. And I was just like, yeah, this doesn't quite work. So I asked him 3 times in text. I said, did you do any work to the quarter panel? Because he wanted to know, he wanted these pictures. I sent him 2 of them. And he is telling me that those are not pictures. He's basically telling me I'm lying. And I don't even need to be talking to these people right now. I don't even have to do that, but I'm trying to do the right thing. And what happens next is he does not answer any of those questions. Did he do any work? Did he do any work? Did he do any work? Because I already told him there's no work been done to the quarter panel. Did you do any work that I can look for? Never answers. We get done. I tell him we're doing a video because this material is awesome for the show.
This is to the point of freaking ridiculous.
It's gotten ridiculous.
But the fact that you have been so generous in general with dealing with all this crap, but also sending them photos, if they really wanted to verify to us that was their car to us, they should have sent us, here was the car before we did the body work on it, or here's the car when it was yellow, or here was, something, because there is nothing genuine here. They're trying to say that this car is theirs with nothing to back that up except for all this BS they're feeding us.
And even the pictures of the numbers that I sent them on the firewall, they're telling me that those numbers have been changed and altered. So, no, it's just no one would go. First off, no one would go through that much trouble to do those changes on that car. It's not like some kind of superhero car where it's like a special edition where,
it's not a Z28.
No.
It's not an SS. It's nothing. I mean, it's special, but it's not special.
They're great cars.
Great cars, but there's nothing that's just, wow, this is a $100,000 car. There's nothing there that makes all of that extra work worthwhile. So the next thing that I still cannot get over, because it is so damn funny, is after I decoded the cowl tag, like I said before, the car is originally cottonwood green. She decides to tell you that in 71, and only in 72, that they... Okay, so, excuse me, let me back up. On the cowl tag, cottonwood green is badged as number 42. So she sends him a little color chart from somebody who remakes the paint. I don't think this is a very viable source. It matches up, but it's still not a viable source in my opinion. That they never made cottonwood green in 71. And she sends it to us, and if you read the damn color chart, it says cottonwood green, number 42. She's like, it has to be, 47 or something like that?
No, she said there is no 42.
Yeah, she just kept saying it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
I have this in text, so we'll probably put it up.
If anyone out there owns a cottonwood green 71 Camaro, please send that to us, because that's even more proof of it does exist. Like, what the hell? It's just getting to the point of where it's comical.
Yes. So we're laughing. The text messaging has gotten to the point where they are threatening lawsuit or a lawyer or to come down and get the car seized, and
there's nothing there.
They have nothing to be able to do that with.
My question is, if you got your car stolen, why in the Sam hell did you not file a police report. If you cared about that car so much, why didn't you do it?
It's amazing.
And if the title is in your name, why?
It would never happen. It would never happen to us. I mean, if we have something stolen, we're calling. Even if
exactly.
I mean, anything that we have, if it was ever stolen, we would be filing a police report so that it's reported. They just have no backup, and it blows my mind that they think they might have a chance of coming down and saying that this car is theirs, and that dent, I put that dent in that car and I fixed it and that's where it is. And I mean, you gotta be kidding me. It just blows my mind that people would think that. Now, we have all the paperwork that we need to verify this car and
ours.
And the car is ours. And we've even had the sheriff's office in here tonight looking at it and verifying it and everything. And so it's just, it's sad because, we like to be friends with everybody. And, we like to meet car people and be their buds, drink beer with them, and talk about paint jobs and motors and all kinds of things like that. And when I think about somebody, when I am giving them information that plain as day shows them that what they're saying is inaccurate, and they do not take that information and say, yeah, it's really not our car, or it's not what we're thinking it is. And I'm doing everything in my power to make sure they feel comfortable with that, and they still say that it's their car. This blows me away. I did everything that I possibly could in my power to have them go, yep, that's not our car.
So another thing that I love initially that already sounded weird to me was the fact that on the phone, because I was here when you had the one phone call, and the lady was like, yeah, we still have the title and it's still registered in his name. Now ask yourself, why in the Sam hell would you be paying taxes and registration fees on a car for 8 years? And you also found out when that car was last registered. They live in North Carolina. Where was it last registered?
It was registered in Georgia in 1989.
In 1989. And in North Carolina, it requires you to have a title. I'm not saying, things could have changed in North Carolina, but you have to have a title to register a car in North Carolina and in South Carolina. But in Georgia, you can walk up there with a bill of sale and register that car. Yeah. That's fine.
Show your proof of insurance, register the car.
This has gotten to the point of where it's just silly. Now, if they actually had a car stolen, I am so sorry for you guys. And if you didn't have a car stolen, you're just trying to work someone over, it's not cool.
It's not cool.
This is to the point of where it's just ridiculous. We know what's going on. We know, how this is working. You're not getting your car back because it's not your car. Now, if you want to go find your car, have fun with that. But there might be a reason why you haven't found it in 8 years.
Here's your prize.
I am Wonder Woman. That's what we're going to call me. That's my new nickname.
I ran a mile today. What'd you do?
I worked on the Speedo video.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on number 3 right now.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Shoot, I forgot.
Number 3 is going to be very interesting.
Yes.
If you guys like characters of people, this is going to be a great video. I'm excited. The Beetle's getting more work because it needed more work and it still needs more work. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride.
It's so popular. I mean, people love that thing.
I know. It's fun. Everybody loves the name. At the car shows and stuff, everybody just loved it. So.
Well, we're going to have to dig through some stuff and start another project here pretty soon once we're done with the old Speedle.
Yeah, I still have some things to do. But we'll start working on something else. Yeah. We got plenty of things cooking up in the works.
Some horsepower.
Another VW.
Oh, are we about ready to help out our sponsors?
Our English is going so strong today.
Okay, obviously Fuel Clothing is our number 1 sponsor. And who else we got? Carolina Towing and Rebels Navy and the Bike Doctor of Hilton Head. Whoop, whoop. And
Landspeed Automotive.
Yeah, we love those guys. They're awesome.
They're going to help us out with some horsepower. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to HHWheels.
Boom. So rich, I gotta pull it in the front. Yeah. That's Dodge power.
You fart?
Not yet. Mark, get sit. This is so fucking loud. We don't need you, Caroline. We got this.
Yeah.